back to the Iron Ivy Ranch. I'm Danielle. And this is Salem. He's my buddy. He thinks he's a doggo. You'll see him in the videos running around. He always comes and greets me at the door. I like to say he smells like old books. People think I'm weird for that. Today, I want to show you a few things, but I really don't know what's in store. I know I need to clean off the front porch. I've got some lemon balm that I need to save, and I hope that I've got some peas that I need to harvest. So let's go see what's going on around the ranch. I want to introduce you guys to these guys. They were originally my rugrats. I had 3 of them, and unfortunately we lost one. It's just part of farm life. Sometimes you lose your babies. And it was sad, and the little guy we lost, his name was Tommy. So they used to be my rugrats, but now I'm going to introduce you to Potato and Potato. This is either Potato or Potato. And this is also either Potato or Potato. They're going to be outside cats. They're going to help me with pests and such. But they are too small right now, so they still live inside. They live inside until they're too big for a hawk to get. They're adorable. Blackjack, what do you think of Potato and Potato? They're good babies? You like Potato and Potato? I know you do. What are you doing? So one thing that I need to do today is clean off my front porch. And since I work at a law firm, we have lots of paper shreds. So I like to get the shredded paper and use the paper shreds in my chicken coop as a little bit of extra bedding. It's great for composting, get you that paper element that you need, while also giving the chickens something to lay on. And it's free. Can't beat free. It's a lot cheaper than pine shavings. But those pine shavings sure do make the chicken coop smell good. So I've got a whole bag here that's been sitting on my porch for a while. I'm going to go spread it around and let the chickens out. During the day while I'm at work, I usually keep them penned up in their run. And the reason I do that is because we have a lot of hawks. And there was a time when they were free range and they would make it all the way up to that big highway that's in front of my house. And they were going to get hit and cause an accident. So they don't get to just free range anymore. But I think they'll enjoy this new bedding. Hey guys, y'all want to come out? Go see what's going on in the world today? There you go. Enjoy. It's a great chicken migration. So you can see they still have a good amount of bedding. It doesn't smell bad in here. I think it's important whenever you're keeping chickens in a coop that you don't put too many chickens. Now, of course, this coop is big enough. I could easily have more than 17, but right now 17 is all I've got. And it's nice because I don't have to clean it very often. Looks like we need to put some water in too. We'll do that in a minute. But right now, let's lay some bedding down. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'm gonna do my best. So this is the corner that they sleep in. I don't know why they don't use their roosts. Maybe they're too young. So just put it down, kind of kick it around. There we go. A little bit more bedding. We're definitely doing a deep bed method. That means that we only actually clean the coop out about twice a year. That helps with the composting. Since we don't have an actual compost pile, we just intend to use the organic compost that comes out of our chickens and our eventual livestock to compost our gardening areas. So this works great as long as we keep piling it higher and higher and higher. What you don't want to have happen is just a small layer. That's how you get stink. That's how you get flies. This seems to be working for the time being, though. So I might change my mind when it gets into the actual heat of summer. Right now we're looking at about 90, 95 for the highs during the day, mid 70s at night. So I might change my tune once it starts really heating up. But for right now, deep method, I say, is the way to go. So let's go check on those peas. You know, I said at the beginning of the video, I think we're going to have some that are ready to harvest. I hope I'm right. Even if I do have peas, oh, I've got chickens following me. I'm not feeding you right now. You can't come in the garden. You can't come. Ah, she pecked me. You can't come. Anyway, like I was saying, I think we are going to have some peas that are ready to harvest. I hope so. I haven't been out here today. It is 6:08 right now, and I just got home. I had a long day in court. But when I checked it yesterday, I thought, tomorrow's the day. So it still won't be enough to, like, even have as a side for dinner, I don't think. But I'll still be excited because it'll be my first actual harvest out of the garden. So let's go see. Let's see. This is a pea plant of some kind. That one, maybe. I'm hesitant to pick them, mostly because I don't know what kind this is. This one does look ready, but it's still hard. I'm going to wait until they soften up just a little bit, but of course I don't want them to go too long. But guys, there has been a lot of change since yesterday when I was last in this garden. I showed over on Instagram that I had my first, well, it might have been on YouTube, that I had my first squash plant that was really coming along. So many weeds. Let me get them out and show you. This is cool. I have also got zucchinis. Yeah, you see the striped? That is a zucchini. And there's another one. I think I've got them on most of all of my squash and my zucchini plants. So I would probably say in about a week, I'm going to have squash and zucchini coming out of my ears, which, as you all know, I am perfectly okay with. There's no way we're going to be able to eat it all, just being the two of us, but I'm going to share it. That's the neat thing, I think, about living in the South or in the rural parts of the country, is we help each other out. Whenever I started this gardening process, I was stuck. We had just moved in. It was right at the brink of gardening season, and I didn't have a way of breaking up this gardening area. I didn't have a tiller. Didn't have any money. Still don't have any money. And I had people that I'm friends with just show up. One man brought me a tiller one night. That same man volunteered his tractor. He came and tilled the garden up. That is the only reason why I've been able to plant anything. I didn't have the money for a raised bed garden. I didn't have the money to fill it. Even if I did have the money to buy the material to build the beds. So thanks to friends, I've been able to plant all of this. In fact, whenever I originally planted my tomato plants, they were so dinky, and we thought that they weren't going to make it. So he brought me more tomato plants. So now I have way too many tomatoes because mine ended up surviving, but I've got a whole nother variety that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I think it's really important whenever you're homesteading, whenever you're farming, whenever you're thinking about doing all of this, to remember that you're not in it alone. We place a lot of importance on self-sufficiency and making sure that you're not reliant on anything, but it's okay to have friends help you out. Needing help every now and again doesn't... Got a plane flying overhead. Needing help every now and again doesn't lessen your ability or your motivation to be self-sufficient. All it means is that you live in a community that cares. And I think that despite what's going on in the world, the homesteading community is incredibly helpful to one another. And I think it always has been. Even whenever you think back to whenever people, this wasn't a trend, this wasn't an alternative lifestyle. Back whenever this is how people lived, they helped each other. Through barn raisings, if you needed a cup of sugar, you'd go to a neighbor's house. If you had to go out of town or there was some sort of a catastrophe that took you out of town, your neighbors came and took care of your livestock. And just all that to say, it was a little bit of a rant. I wasn't planning to get on that topic, but homesteading is about community. Self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolation. In fact, I think self-sufficiency means that your local community comes together and is sufficient in and of itself. Alright, so let me get off my soapbox. Y'all, remember I talk for a living. Talking is what I do. So you'll have to forgive me if I go off on a little bit of a rampage every now and again. But right now, I have some lemon balm up on my front porch that is struggling, and I need to figure out why. I'm gonna attempt to save it. So let's see that. Look what I just noticed. Those are nasturtiums. Saw these on pretty much every homesteading YouTube channel that I watch. What's neat about them is they're a beautiful flower. They're going to get real big and very colorful. But every piece of a nasturtium plant is edible. From the flowers to the leaves to the stems. Put them on salads. A lot of people like them on tacos. I am not going to eat these leaves yet, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. The plant's too little right now. Need to give it some more time. But I'm looking forward to it. You guys can't come with me. You can't come with me. You stay here. You stay back by your coop. Can't be going off to the highway. No, don't come with me. They're hopeless. So now we're going to do some plant surgery. I've got lemon balm up at my front doors. The reason why I have lemon balm up here is because, in my opinion, nothing smells quite so inviting and clean and welcoming as lemon. I love the smell of citrus. So I intended to have 2 big pots of lemon balm right outside my front door. And you can see this one is doing beautifully. It smells amazing. It's even got little flowers. So it's going to reseed itself, and I might have lemon balm all over everywhere. But this one is not doing too hot. So I'm going to do 2 things. First, I'm going to cut these tops off. The reason I'm going to do that is so that the plant isn't trying to revive those things that are already dead. So I'm going to cut it off pretty short. I don't want to cut it so short that leaves aren't going to be able to get the sunlight, but I'm going to do it pretty short. And these are just regular kitchen scissors. This stalk is like dead, so I'm just going to get rid of that whole thing. You can see it's dead because it's brown. It looks like a stick. Get some more of these pine needles out of here. I'm extremely allergic to pine. Picked the wrong part of the state to move to. This, I don't know if any of my tactics here are going to work, but I couldn't just leave it to die. I was too excited to have lemon balm. So we're going to try that. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is I'm not sure that it's getting enough drainage. I think it's having too much water, and that's a big part of the problem. So step 2, got my drill. I'm going to drill a couple holes in the bottom of this pot. I'm going to have to do it gently and carefully, but I think that's going to be about the only way that I manage to get drainage. So I'm going to do that right now. So you can see I just put 2 holes right in the bottom, and what's coming out is mud, and it's already draining. I'm seeing it drain. So hopefully that solves the problem. I'll keep y'all posted. Now I need to clean up my porch. I'm gonna do a little bit of a quick clean before I show you the porch, because I'm a perfectionist. I can't show you my house looking like this. Looks like I'm not just going to be cleaning up, I'm also going to be moving stuff around. My mama taught me that you can't really know something's clean until you rearrange it. You got to get in the nooks and crannies, the places that you don't usually think to clean. So I'm going to do that real quick. While I'm doing that, I'm not going to have anywhere to put the camera, so I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so that took way longer than I thought it was going to. So let me just show you what I've done. It looks way different. Alright, so over here is where I had my 2 chairs. I'm going to put a plant right there. I need something that is shade tolerant, doesn't need too much water. Got a broken wrought iron chair right here that I put this cute little teal birdhouse on it. I think that's adorable. Ferns there. My vision for this is a little place to be able to sit and eat your breakfast outside. I've got an adorable little piggy planter that doesn't have a plant in it yet. Isn't that cute? And right now, it has seeds in it. I'm pretty sure that's not how this works, but it makes a good seed holder right now anyway. I need to figure out what seeds I'm actually going to plant in it. So that's, I think, really cute. More ferns. I've got 3 in total. And then I changed up where my seating is. So this is my favorite chair. Table, holding books. You'll never guess what that is. Told you, I'm a big old nerd. My sister painted this chicken for me, and I think it is just adorable. And then over here, this picture is actually from our wedding. Told you over and over again, we are nerds, and that is highly sentimental to us. My mother-in-law made it for us for our reception. This is a shelf where I put shoes, gloves, gardening knickknacks. It's got a pair of headphones and a flashlight and some scissors on it. And then another sitting chair. And I got chickens in the front yard. I hope they don't go out to the highway. They sure are peaceful to sit and watch though. So yeah, that was my big project for the evening. So now, I need to go water the chickens, figure out what's for dinner, and I'm gonna sit and read a while. It's been a long day. I'm gonna edit this video and put it up. So I really hope that you enjoyed spending the evening at the Iron Ivy Ranch. This has been one of my favorite kind of evenings, where you get something done, you have a project in mind, and you just do it. I don't think that there's anything better than a day where you get it done. A lot of people have been asking me how I'm doing all of this, working full-time as a lawyer, doing a homestead, doing YouTube, social media. The answer is really simple. Whenever I was in law school, I had somebody tell me once that the most productive people are the ones that are getting the most done. And I took that to heart. So every day I wake up, try to get as much done as I possibly can. Sometimes I tick off everything on my to-do list, sometimes I don't. But even on the days that I don't, I know I tried my hardest. So anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed spending the evening with me, walking around my farm, seeing what's going on. If you like what you're seeing here, then go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe. Send me an email if you have any questions or ideas, things that you want to see. The email address is ironivyranch@gmail.com. And go ahead and like me on Instagram also. That link is in the description box below. So, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time.